questions saying, which is the correct and sunnah way when we rise up from ruku'? Do we close the arms or leave it straight down? Brother Abdul Wahab is asking a question about what to do with the arms after you are in the position of ruku', bowing, and you say, Sami'a Allahu liman hamidah. What to do? Should I fold my hands on the chest, or should I leave them at my sides? There isn't a clear hadith stating which is which. And this is why scholars differed. And as many sunnah actions in the prayer, it should not be an issue of dispute. It should not be an issue of disagreement or argument. And it is, wallahi, bringing sadness to the heart when you hear about some of the masjids in different countries where they literally prohibit people who practice the sunnah, such as raising the hands in bowing and when raising from the bowing position. They kick them out from the masjid because they are applying the sunnah, and the people of the masjid are blind followers of a particular madhab. It's an act of sunnah. If I do it or if I don't do it, what does it harm you in? So these little issues should not be part of the causes of disagreement or argument or fighting or dividing the Muslim ummah. It's a sunnah. You do it, alhamdulillah, you're rewarded. You don't do it, there's no sin on you, and there's no reason for you to fight over it if I want to do it and if I believe in it. Now, the issue of putting the right on the left over your chest in salat was reported by Wa'il ibn Hujr, may Allah be pleased with him. And the Prophet told us that this is the sunnah. This is the way of the prophets of Allah. Peace and blessing and praise of Allah be upon them all. So this is not an issue of dispute among the majority of scholars. When we're standing in salat, reciting the Fatiha, reciting the surah, we put the right on the left, whether on the chest or above the belly button or underneath. It's an issue of dispute. The most authentic is you put it on the chest. Whether you put it anywhere in the chest where you feel relaxed, this is the chest, you just put it normally like this. Now when you prostrate, when you bow, when you sit before between prostrations, when you do different acts of salat, we have evidence for every single thing, backing it up. So we know exactly where the Prophet used to put his hands in the bowing ruku' position, in the prostration, between the two prostrations when he was sitting. We have ample evidences backing it up. Now when the Prophet says, Sami'a Allahu liman hamidah, and he stands up after the bowing position, we don't have any narration telling us that he used to put his hands over or by his sides. So the scholars said, the hadith of Wa'il ibn Hujr says in simple Arabic that the Prophet used to put his right over his left on the chest when he was standing. So now let's look at the description of a worshipper when he raises his head from ruku'. What is he doing? Everybody would say normally that he is in the standing position. Therefore, we believe that the most appropriate is to put your right on the left, fold your hands, and put them on your chest after you rise from the ruku' position. Now, if I don't do this, am I sinful? No, not at all. But if you do this, thinking that it is part of the sunnah, because of the general hadith of the companion describing the salat of the Prophet ﷺ, you are in good hands. and you have not done anything wrong, inshallah. On the contrary, by doing this, people would know that you're praying. By doing this, you're restricting yourself from having free hands to move around and search in your pockets or scratch your body or do whatever. So it's more closer to being submissive and attaining khushu', and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.